Ladies and gentlemen, fans of justice for humanity, justice for Mohbad, I wanted this to develop a little bit because we have been told that the pathologist report needs interpretation. I mean, the toxicology, autopsy and all of that needs interpretation. But I think I need to bring you guys up to speed on what is happening right now because in the next 48 hours, that is if it is not going to extend to the next 6 months again, to get who will interpret, you know how these guys roll. Anyway, according to the report, the toxicology test carried out to determine the cause of RIP of late music star Ilerioluwa Aloba, aka Mohbad, has been concluded. The test is said to be conducted in the United States. Lagos State Council Oluwaseun Akinde, who confirmed this to the coroner's court sitting in Ikorodu area of the state, November 2023, said the autopsy into the external body of the disease was completed while the toxicology test had to do with the internal organ, meaning body. However, an official of the state government who is familiar with the case told Punch newspaper correspondent on Thursday that the test result was sent to the state DNA and Forensic Center last week. The official, who spoke on condition of anonymity as he was not authorized to speak on the matter, added that the test result was transmitted to the police earlier this week. The toxicology test is ready according to them and given to the police. They say they are projecting 10 weeks from the outset, but it came in before then. It was received by the DNA and Forensic Center last week and has been sent to the police. A source in the Lagos State Police Command, who also spoke on condition of anonymity as he was not permitted to speak to the press, confirmed the receipt of the result. Is it anonymity or anonymity? Anyway, the source said the toxicology report is with us. It arrived on Monday, but it is medical jargon. For us, we don't understand what it is, so it has been sent to the pathologist that carried out the autopsy to analyze and interpret it. Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Udein could not be reached as SMS and direct calls did not get any response. The director of Lagos State DNA and Forensic Center, Richard Somiari, on March 20 said that the toxicology result will be ready in maybe in a week. Somaria, while testifying in the coroner inquest into the demise of the singer, said we expected to get the first set of autopsy results in 3 to 4 weeks. That would be like a month, and we confirmed to authenticate the cause of the demise. We searched for multiple possibilities to check if poison was involved in the demise of Mohbad, since no actual cause was mentioned. Now, I want you guys to pause on that. No actual cause of demise has been mentioned, apart from Mohbad was administered pain reliever, tetanus, and antibiotics. So they are searching for multiple possibilities to check if it is poison. Probably it was poisoned when he went to the show, or it was poisoned when he went to UK, and it's a slow one. And they say they are actually looking into all of this. The forensic expert assured the public of adequate security and monitoring of samples for the autopsy, because people know that they can manipulate all of these things. We have a place where items are stored for safety and security of results. There is a procedure for monitoring samples moved abroad. Mohbad had passed away at the age of 27 on September 12, 2023, with circumstances surrounding his demise sparking controversies on social media. A former record label signee of Malian music owned by Naira Marley, Mohbad left the label February 2022. The Lagos State Police Command had on September 18, 2023, inaugurated a 13-man special investigation team to probe the singer's demise. His demise also led to the arrest of Naira Marley and controversial Lagos socialite Balogun Eleto, also known as Sam Larry, amongst others. The singer's body was on September 21, 2023, exhumed for autopsy. Now, this is a report from Punch newspaper. So we are waiting on the process. We don't know what they wish to do. We don't really know, but we are hoping that they keep the samples intact. Now, there are people who are already worried. I mean, people had access, allegedly, to the toxicology report, and somehow they claim that they've been able to process it, and they said we should not agree or accept that the result will state that Mohbad had passed away as a result of ingesting or consuming overdose of certain substance, that we should not accept this report, that they are going to hook it on it. Do not forget that they need to interpret all of these results, because the test will tell you the amount of these, the quantity of these, the level of these, and that and that and that. That is what it's going to do. And don't forget that toxicology can be broad. I mean, it's so broad depending on what you're looking at, but in this case they know what to look at anyway, so they need it to be interpreted. They need it to be clear. They need to now, from the results, find out if there is any foul play. Did Mohbad ingest anything? Did the consumption of this or that affected him, or the medication that was administered to him, did it create some reaction that possibly, because we are looking at that too, because at the beginning of it they said, okay, the nurse had administered all of this via IV line, and they said this could have resulted to some kind of reaction, adverse effect. According to Wunmi, if you listen to some of the analysis recently, Wunmi said what happened was that Mohbad now vomited. Now, when Mohbad now vomited, they now poured water on Mohbad. These are the testimony of Wunmi, that Mohbad had vomited, and after the nurse administered, she said she was there when the nurse administered the first dose of the injection or whatever it is, the medication, that she was there when the nurse was to do the second one. She wasn't there. She said, okay, I think it's time for me to go to the kitchen and prepare food and sort out what needs to be sorted out in our stomach. And all of a sudden, Mohbad rushed out of the room into the bathroom. I don't know if it's a suit, and started vomiting. And the nurse, they had to pour water on Mohbad. Stories here and there. The nurse said, oh, why did you pour water? Wunmi didn't say that. That's the nurse saying, why did you pour water on him? Oh, that's how he reacts to this and that, blah, 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 blah. If the nurse administered antibiotic, which antibiotics was administered to Mohbad? Which antibiotics? You see, in countries where things work, you just don't get antibiotics administered to you like that. They take a sample of you. That is why a proper hospital is needed. There are a lot of things that are not in line. They'll take a sample of your whatever that needs to, of your fluid, whatever that needs to be taken, and then they will now test with various antibiotics to know which of them you are susceptible to, which one. They will know what to do to you. That's how it works. They will know what to administer. They don't want to administer it, and then your body will now tell them this is not going to work, this will have adverse effect, this is this and that. So they do a lot of these things, They do a lot of these things. But unfortunately, Mohbad was not in a proper setting. So the nurse simply administered what is common. maybe Amplicos, Amoxicillin, or any of those things, or whatever. I don't know which of them, maybe. But if it were a proper hospital and Mohbad had reacted in that way, immediately, normally, if there is a medical practitioner that is experienced, they would have injected Mohbad with some kind of blocker, to stop that reaction, the process that is ongoing, to put a stop to it. They will neutralize it first, stabilize him, and then that is if they did not go through the proper process, So what is this thing that happened to Mohbad? What is this that happened to Mohbad? I don't know what you guys think of this one. This is what we are waiting upon. The long wait for autopsy and toxicology. Finally, the 13-man police that went to investigate, that could not seal up Mohbad's home, that could not confiscate the mobile phones of everyone involved. 13-man special investigation team. Anyway, the long wait is over, and let us see what they are going to do. Let's see how they are going to translate and interpret. I know it's a private case. The police has the right not to release, but if it is put out publicly, they will not have a way to manipulate it. They won't have a way to manipulate it. But then I hope that the original, it can be authenticated from where it came from. I'm kind of thinking that those, might remember that, recall that some people claim that they had called around to find out if there was anything. They could have done it using some, serial number. So you'll not be able to find out if it is for Mohbad or not. So I'm not going to dwell on that. Let us see what they are going to come up with. Let's see what they are going to come up with. But from those who claim that they have access, that are privy to this, they said they are going to end up telling us that Mohbad died as a result of reaction and overdose. Let us see. See you guys in the next update. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Justice for Mohbad.